How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to Amateur Hour. You see, if I wasn't such an amateur, I'd have a sign or a banner with sound and stuff, but that's why it's Amateur Hour, because I have zero money. Just a disclaimer, I am very under the weather. That's why I probably sound really, really strange. One thing I want to talk about today, I'm a very big fan of sports, and right now, the NBA playoffs are going on. And there's also been a lot of off-the-court drama, a.k.a. Mr. Donald Sterling, the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, if you're not familiar with the story, I encourage you to go to ESPN, Sports Illustrated, Washington Post, New York Times. It's all over the place just to find out about this story. But a quick synopsis of how it's gone so far is Mr. Sterling made some rather derogatory comments, which were leaked, and then he denied it being him. The NBA looked into it, and new Commissioner Adam Silver acted on it with great haste and banned him from the NBA for life and fined him the maximum amount of $250,000. Now, do I wish that we could fine him for more? And by we, I mean the NBA? Of course I do. There is no room in professional sports, in society, anywhere, for the kinds of derogatory comments that he made regarding basketball legend and HIV activist Magic Johnson, who has done so much for the inner city communities of both Los Angeles and New York City. And he just goes on this rant. And so then he was interviewed by Anderson Cooper. And he began to continue to dig his own grave. Anderson Cooper tried to ask him a question. He'd say, "Hold on, Anderson. I'm busy trying to dig my own grave." Now, of course, he didn't say that, but he might as well have, considering the comments on layers. He then started saying some weird comment about handing out fishing poles to people as a form of business that's bad for society or something like that. So this idiot... slander really doesn't belong. Okay, this kind of delirious owner of a professional sports team has a trial date set for June 3rd, an NBA hearing date, and what happens is the owners club of all the franchises in the NBA can vote, and if more than 75% agree, they can actually seize ownership of the team away from Donald Sterling. Now, there has been calls for this man's head over and over and over again. I'm really interested to see how the NBA Board of Governors and the owners will handle this situation, because there's a lot of money involved in this. There's a lot of stigma around it right now. And so June 3rd is going to definitely be a day to watch out for. Sticking with the topic of the National Basketball Association and the playoffs, how about the Heat? Another disclaimer, Amateur Hour disclaimer. I do not like the Miami Heat, especially LeBron James. So when they lost by almost 20 points to the Indiana Pacers last night, I was a very happy man. However, as much as I admire watching the Heat lose, as much as I love to watch that, and the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference Finals are very, very interesting this year. The Oklahoma City Thunder against the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs, a perennial playoff team that have made the playoffs, almost every year since I've been born. I'm 19 years old. Spoiler alert. And the Oklahoma City Thunder have actually lost Serge Ibaka, their power forward, for the rest of the playoffs, which could be, I think, the deciding factor that may, unfortunately, tip the scales in favor of the Spurs. And I say unfortunately because, I like to pull for the Thunder. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, great to watch. However, the San Antonio Spurs and Greg Popovich, one of the greatest franchises in professional sports, one of the greatest coaches in professional sports history. So it'll be very interesting to see how all that goes down. As of the posting of this video, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is tonight at 9:30 p.m. I don't think there was anything else left on my agenda besides can't wait to hear some of your comments and what you would like to see in the next vlog. Until then, thank you for tuning into Amateur Hour, and have a great